After all these years, all we've lost. This fight might be our last. So I'm asking you to rise. One last time.
Man, these showcases seem to get better and better every year.
Yeah.
I gotta hand it to Bungie's marketing team because they're like really good at what they do.
I think actually that was the first one that I've been there for, like seen all the way through, you know?
Yeah.
Like I haven't sat in the live stream and been like, oh my god, it's starting. Like I've never done that. That's the first time I've done something like that.
Wasn't it fun?
That was fun.
Yeah.
Getting to see all those clips and then hearing everyone talking about that was great.
They put on a good show, and it's like it's definitely for the community.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should go through it in like chronological order. So the first main thing that they really showed was the new location. You know, they said Pale Heart of the Traveler, and then bam, suddenly we're in the tower from Destiny 1.
Yeah.
What a blast of nostalgia. I know you haven't played Destiny 1
I
much,
have never played Destiny 1 ever. I tried it once, but I just couldn't get into it, and I'll probably try it again and give it another go, but you know, like
it was a different time back then. And it seems like they're really trying to hit the nostalgia because man, that tower location is gorgeous.
Yeah, that was really pretty. Oh my god, the colors.
The colors. They're so vibrant.
Obviously, it's just alpha footage and it's subject to change, but like that, oh my god, it was so pretty.
It was amazing. I think also we may start seeing other characters return because I did notice that around the speakers area of the tower, they showed a couple shots there, and at one point during the showcase there was a cut where a Titan was walking up the speaker's stairs like it was part of a cutscene.
Yeah.
So I'm curious if, like, you know, we already know Cade's coming back. What if the speaker shows up too? I would love to see that.
To see the speaker again?
Yeah. He's such a chill dude. Even if he was...
How have you been after you died, you know?
Yeah. So that'll be fun to kind of explore that space again. And then it seems like they've vastly expanded the land around it. And there's a lot of weird stuff out there. Another point they made is that like
so weird.
The location is going to be linear, which has never before been done in Destiny history. I think that's an excellent move because this campaign really is the climax of Destiny. So by making the location linear, you have a clear goal. And the campaign is just going to be us getting from point A to point B, trying to survive along the way and eventually killing the witness.
Oh, yeah.
Which they also said will be done in a raid. What are your thoughts on that?
I gotta find a team to raid with. Like that's gonna be a lot of fun to do that raid. That's oh my god, that's...
I think that also raises like a barrier of entry too, though. Like if everybody wants to be the one to kill the witness, but if the witness is a raid boss, how satisfying will the ending of the campaign actually be? So I mean, that's something I'm a little worried about, But
you want to be the one to kill the witness, not like potentially
kind of.
your other raid members.
I'm
I'm feeling a little bit of kill steal here, so
oh,
you know,
man.
like.
Come on. So another thing though I thought was really interesting is after they mentioned that raid part, they said, and I quote, "It's not gonna be enough, and all guardians need to come together."
Yeah, what was up with that?
So there's a rumor going around that they might be putting in some kind of 12-person activity.
Oh shit.
I would not be surprised if that was what it's for. Like, I could see them doing the raid and it's like, you know, oh, we defeated the witness, but he's still not dead. We need everyone to come together and finish him off. Then they launch a new 12-person activity. I could see that happening. But we'll see, I guess. They left a lot unsaid in this showcase, to be honest. So we're not sure about the details of all those things yet.
Like the scratch on Ghost.
Oh
The
yeah,
scratch
that's right.
across Ghost.
Throughout that entire trailer, he had a big old scratch. So I'm wondering if something will happen to him too. That's interesting.
Maybe it's for aesthetic reasons, like, you know, for the showcase and like for the drama, but if something like actually happens to Ghost, that's ugh. No.
Yikes. Yeah. In terms of new stuff, it seems like we're getting a new enemy type. Subjugators. That's cool.
That's scary as shit, dude.
Yeah. They don't look quite as intimidating as tormentors because
No.
they're a bit smaller, but they still have they have the Rolk aesthetic.
They have that fast, skinny energy.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is somehow like more terrifying.
I really hope it is like that. Like they seem to serve a support function to enemies, but also they can suspend and freeze you.
Oh,
So
jeez.
that's gonna suck. They're gonna be like definitely a priority on the battlefield.
You thought getting grabbed by a tormentor was scary? Nah, just wait till you're animated frozen space.
Yeah. Oh, another interesting thing they mentioned was how after the campaign is done and the raid is finished, the area will open up with new spaces and react to players. I'm curious what they mean by that, because they've used that phrase before, react to players, but it didn't actually mean what everybody thought it meant. Basically, it just meant like, oh, the raid is done, so now you've unlocked this portion of the Dreaming City or something like that. So I'm wondering if it'll be like that, or if they will actually have a more reactionary, like, environment this time around.
It almost sounded like that's what they were saying, but it sounded like they were, you know, player specific. That's kind of the vibe that I got.
Oh,
I
that'd be
could be
interesting.
wrong, but you know,
That would be very fresh, actually.
it would be cool.
To change the environment depending on like player stats and history. That would be really cool. Oh man. I'm trying to think of like what all that could mean. Like maybe a Destiny 1 veteran has like suddenly the Black Heart shows up or in like a little arena or something. Like
Ugh,
wouldn't that be interesting?
that would be cool.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But we are getting new supers.
We are getting new supers. I thought that was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I love all of them. Every single one of them.
Yeah, they're all very creative. I mean, I think the Warlock one
Gets a butterfly bomb? What the fuck is up with that? That's cool.
Yeah. They said it was based off of the Sunsinger from the first game, and I can see how, because for those that don't know, the Sunsinger was able to revive itself from death by activating the super, and then during the duration of the super, they also had increased melee and grenade abilities. I don't think we'll be getting the self-revive back. That's definitely something I think they regretted from the first game, but I can see them playing with the like support function and also like the offensive ability that Sunsinger's got from having all those like increased uptime on abilities, they will definitely be throwing out a lot more damage and scorch effects, which will be a
Ward
lot of fun.
projectiles.
Yeah.
Projectiles on your wards, dude. What? That's really cool.
Yeah. So, as a Warlock player, I am very much looking forward to that. But I will admit, it is not quite as original as the other two. So let's talk about those real quick.
I still think it's pretty original. But I mean,
This-
I'm a new player. You're,
Yeah.
you're saying they're bringing it back, but I've never seen this shit before. So
It's
it looks
new to you.
It's
That's
new to
fair.
me.
You know,
It's new to
everybody
me.
has that different perspective, and that's really amazing. Like, I'm glad that players who have never played D1 will get to experience that sort of thing.
Titans.
Yeah,
Void Axe.
that's really cool.
You throw it, other people can
Mhm.
pick it up.
Yeah. This is the first Titan super I've been interested in since Thunder Crash.
Mm.
Like, just in terms of its like potential damage output, I don't know how well it would do, but it just seems really fun, which is what a lot of supers need to be, you know? Like, the Strand one was with like the knives for hands. That was cool.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that different from the Stasis one. You know? It, in terms of mechanics, it was basically the same super. It just did different things with the heavy attack. So I'm glad to see them really mixing it up with this new Void super. It looks like a ton of fun, and the nice thing about these supers is it tries to involve your fire team.
Yeah.
So picking up the axe, I think, will be something I do quite a lot.
They also have this blast shield. You know,
God,
they make
yeah.
this shield, and enemies start shooting it, and then it gets stronger and stronger, and then they can throw it out. That is really cool. That's gonna be extremely helpful for ad control.
Oh yeah. I'm interested to see how strong the shield is.
Yeah.
Because if it can take a lot of damage, that'll be a really viable thing to use in like Grandmasters and raids and stuff. Gosh, Bungie's really tempting me with the Titan. Usually I play Warlock, but man, that new Void super is really calling my name right now.
Based on my aesthetic, I'm very Hunter main right now.
Yeah, let's talk about the new Hunter super. Blink and destroy, basically.
Yeah.
And you can do it up to 3 times.
Arc knife teleportation.
Mm-hmm.
That's, yeah. What?
Is that going to be your new main, or what do you think about that?
It might be. I just finished playing the Deep, so I just got Strand, and I want to have fun with that because I enjoy swinging around like Spider-Man. I know it's old news by now, but like I just played it. Cut me some slack. I just got it.
No, that's fair. I mean, the Lightfall itself, we could do a whole video probably on like how disappointing the campaign itself was, but man, Strand really was a very well thought out set of subclasses. Like, you can definitely tell they spent a lot more time on it than previous supers and stuff. So
Yeah.
I'm glad it turned out well and balanced. Like, it wasn't broken when it came out either. But now you have more.
I like that my character just vomited every time Strand went away. That
That
was great. I loved every second of that. Not to mention, swinging around and then suddenly it blips away and
and you're falling.
I fall to my death so many times. I'm not hating. I had a lot of fun using it. Like that was a lot of fun. Just those moments, it was like, God, man, I wish I could use that more. And just going through that mission.
That was definitely one of the biggest pain points a lot of people had with that campaign, because it kept taking it away from you. And it's like, come on, just let me unlock it already so I can use it continuously. But you had to finish the campaign first, which I think was too much.
Dude, I love that whole training session with Osiris. That was fun.
Yeah.
Training with my dad. Oh, that was great. I've claimed Osiris as my father.
Interesting. Interesting choice.
Interesting choice. It also in turn means Saint is my dad. So you know,
oh, Saint.
Two dads.
Two dads.
I got two dads.
All right.
And I love both of them
man.
so much.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Cade's back.
Cade is back. I love Cade so much. I'm not being dramatic about this. I am in love with Cade. I need to be more dramatic about this. I cried so hard when they killed him, and I'm crying so hard now that he's back. I'm like so unbelievably happy that he has returned to this universe. And as soon as he died in Forsaken, I said for so long, he's not dead. He's not gone. He's gonna come back. They're gonna do something. He's gonna be back. He's not dead. At first it was denial. But then I started to believe myself. And then suddenly, how long has it been since Forsaken?
Oh man, years.
Years later,
yeah.
He comes back.
Mm-hmm.
I knew he was gonna come back.
Well, way to prove all of us wrong.
You all thought I was crazy. You all thought I was crazy nuts.
I didn't think they'd do it. But now that they have, I have to say, of all the ways they could have done it, I think this is a very good option.
This is the best way they could have done it.
Yeah. Because like any other way would have felt dissatisfying because it kind of takes away from his sacrifice. But this way, he's kind of just an entity inside the Pale Heart. Maybe, I'm just theorizing here, but maybe even, they mentioned in the showcase that the Pale Heart will change depending on who's inside it, to reflect their past experiences. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering if Cade's there because he was such a quintessential part of our Guardian's life.
Oh, yeah, and so for sure.
Is he the actual Cade and it's his spirit come to help us and guide us? Or is it like, not really a figment of our imagination, but like a product of our presence there? But
I want to say that maybe it is
the latter.
Maybe.
But
see, he was confused at being there, but so are we.
Yeah.
So maybe, see, I don't know.
It's tough. Yeah. That's one of those unanswered questions I think we'll just have to wait and see about.
I'm not crazy. He's there. Everyone can see him. He's right there. He's right there. We all can see him.
We all can see him. Ikora can see him.
Ikora can see him, right?
Yeah.
Right?
We're not crazy.
Yeah, I'm not crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. A rubber room filled with rats. The rats made me crazy. Crazy. I was crazy once.
Moving on. Season of the Witch.
Season of the Witch.
That just came out. We actually played the first portion of those missions together. So we got to see the new Spire and the new cutscene.
Mm-hmm. We played the very beginning. We haven't played the rest of it.
No. But we will shortly. But
are we going to do gameplay of that?
Yeah, we'll probably do a follow-up video on all the Season of the Witch stuff. Maybe just some comedic moments where we lost our shit.
Oh, there's going to be a lot.
But it's a good season for sure. I really like the Deck of Whispers.
The Deck of Whispers.
How you can put together different cards for different perks that you can collect going through the Spire. That's really cool.
This whole season is appeasing me because I am actually a witch. Outside of Destiny, I'm a witch, and you know, I love this type of stuff, and being able to see it in Destiny just makes me love it even more.
They made a whole season just for you.
I know. I'm so honored, you know, like Thank you all for this amazing opportunity to spread my darkness.
It's a lot of fun. It's just very creative, and Bungie's definitely breaking the mold with this one. And speaking of Hive stuff, Crota is coming back.
The Crota raid. Never done it.
Never done it. When I get to.
Never done it.
It's gonna be fun.
I've seen snippets of the beginning.
Yeah.
But I've never seen the whole thing through.
Mm-hmm. I'm really hoping that the reprised version of the I forget the official name of it, but the beginning is basically a run in the darkness from lamp to lamp while you're being assaulted by thralls. I hope that's as scary in Destiny 2 as it was in Destiny 1. Because in Destiny 1, you could barely see anything except for the lamps. And the thralls were also practically invisible in the darkness, except for their like glowing green eyes. It was a very frightening encounter, and I hope that they recapture some of that fear in this version.
God, I'd curl up on the floor and die right away. Don't come near me. I'll kill my own ghost. Dude, please don't.
Put me out of my misery.
Put me out of my misery.
Oh, man. We'll see, I guess. It's coming out later in the week. I guess that brings us back to timelines. The timeline reflection missions. I'm hoping that they bring back some earlier missions later on.
Yeah.
I imagine they'll do like the Red War first.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they mentioned somewhere that they plan to expand on it, but that's all they've really said. So I am expecting Red War, but what I really hope they end up doing is bringing back Destiny 1 missions. Now that's going to be hard to do because, first of all, they have to basically rebuild all those missions from scratch. Because they did a big engine update during Beyond Light, and so everything before that, they have to rebuild to work with the new version of the engine. And Destiny 1, that's just way too old to bring forward. They have to rebuild all that anyway. Yeah. So I think anything previous to that will take a long time to get out, but I'm theorizing we will see more of that in the future, which I'm pretty excited about.
You know what I would love to have? A cinematics page. You know how some video games, you can go to the sidebar and watch all of the cinematics in order. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to play through the whole like missions and all that. You can just sit and watch the cinematics, like this whole movie page. Mm-hmm. I would love that. Going back through all of the cinematics that Destiny has made with what my character looks like now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, that would be so fun.
That would be cool.
That'd be so fun with my cool Leviathan prestige armor.
Yeah. That is the issue we had with the new Cade's Fate mission. It's not the exact mission recreated. It actually skips over the cutscenes and starts with Ikora telling us about what happened. So it's very much like a reprisal mission with Ikora narrating, and it's not the exact original mission. So we unfortunately did not get to see that.
I was so
cutscene.
sad.
Yeah,
I was so sad when that first started. I was like, "Wait, no!" There was this whole beginning part where, like, what?
Yeah. So that was a bit of a bummer, but I'm still glad the mission's back because it was a very fun mission. Yeah. And it's good that they're doing it in general because it does help new players catch up on the story a little bit. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I can't fault them for doing it, but I do wish they did it a little differently. But a cinematics page, I think, would be a good solution to that. But we'll see what they do. I guess the final thing we need to talk about is what happens after Final Shape. They announced that they'll be doing away with seasons, and
seasons be gone.
Episodes are in.
We get more cinematics.
That's true. I'm
not mad about that.
Yeah.
That I'm cool with, because I love the cinematics.
Yeah.
whole bunch. I love seeing my character in this stuff. Like, that's,
Yeah, it's going to be great, I think. They're definitely giving themselves more time to make the story. And then the way I understand it is that the story will be given to us in 6-week periods. So instead of having to chop it up into like 8 parts to be put out weekly, they are instead giving it to us in 3 big parts, which definitely provides a lot more opportunity to be cinematic about it. So I'm very excited for that. The big question I have, I guess, is what happens after the 3 episodes are done? Are we getting another big expansion, or is it just going to be episodes from here on out? I'm very curious to see what their plan is for that.
I would love to see where the story goes after this.
Yeah.
I don't want it to end. I mean, I feel like I just got here, you know, and then it's so close to. I'm doing air quotes right now to ending, and like, you know, I don't want it to happen yet.
I don't think it'll end per se, but I do think the stories will be smaller scale. The problem is the one character they haven't really mentioned throughout all this that's still kind of a glaring issue is Zivu Arath. Like, I hope we don't kill her in this season of The Witch, because I think that would be a little anticlimactic for the last Hive God.
Really fast.
Yeah.
You know?
So my expectation was that there would be a follow-up expansion just about Zivu Arath. But now with these episodes, I'm not so sure. I'm wondering, like, because episode 3 appears to be Hive themed. I'm wondering if they'll just do it in an episode instead, which, depending on the quality of episodes, I may be okay with. It just depends how high quality it is. I mean, it just, we have to wait and see. I think Echoes will really set our expectations there.
You want to talk about episode 2 specifically? Because you were freaking out about that.
I was, yeah. Episode 2, the image for that shows the fanatic. I think that's a big deal because in previous seasons, he hasn't really been a focus, but the Scorn have, especially during Season of the Lost, I believe it was. They were really establishing the Scorn as like becoming their own tribal society.
Aztecs.
Kind of, yeah.
And that
definitely
was...
inspired by Aztecs.
Oh my god, that was genius.
Yeah.
I thought it was gorgeous, you know?
And then the Witch Queen expansion, we really got to see like the Aztec-inspired architecture that they made. That was really cool, and I would like to see more of that. But the other big thing that hasn't been addressed yet, and I'm glad it's being addressed now, is that technically the fanatic is immortal. He can keep resurrecting himself from the dead. And the reason we haven't seen him lately is because Bungie sunset his strike and they gave some lore reason about him like running off someplace and, you know, lying low for whatever reason.
I think he's working with the darkness now, which is why the Scorn are.
That is likely. But I was happy to see him on episode 2's image because I think we're finally going to finish him off or find a way to do so. And I think that's absolutely necessary. But I also think they should do it in a way that does not hinder the growth of the Scorn, because they're quickly turning into their own, like, they're forging their own identity. And I really like the direction they're going. So I hope it doesn't put an end to the Scorn, but we definitely need to put an end to the fanatic.
Careful, he might pull a Tannix.
He's already been pulling a Tannix. He's pulled like 1,000 Tannixes.
They're both chilling in the void together, like, well, time to go back now, guys.
I'm still waiting for Tannix appearance number 5.
Number 87.
Eventually. Any final thoughts?
I'm gonna throw up.
Please don't do that.
I'm gonna throw up with how excited I am for this.
I am very much looking forward to this. It's definitely got to be huge. I have very high expectations. The showcase left me feeling hopeful, which is definitely something I needed after Lightfall's story, because that was very disappointing. But I think the future is bright, and I'm excited to play it. And we'll be putting out more Season of the Witch stuff soon, so look forward to that.
Don't know what we're doing yet. Maybe playthroughs? Maybe?
Yeah,
Maybe?
I mean,
Playthroughs?
we'll definitely do some of the activities.
Our silly, goofy banter going back and forth.
We definitely have a lot
like
of that.
little goblins.
Oh yeah. When stuff gets real and we start dying, we start making like crazy goblin noises.
Yeah, come join us. Make goblin sounds too every time we kill ourselves. It's so great.
So more of that soon. And we'll see you guys later, I guess.
I don't know how to do video outros, so yeah. See you later.
Neither do I.
Just end the fucking video right now.
Okay.
Hit stop.
Okay.
Hit stop.
I'm
Stop the
stopping it.
video.
Ah!
Stop.